Hello and welcome to a quick guide for new players for the sewers for Shattered Pixel Dungeon. So come on, let's get started. Warrior.
Running from cake.
So the sewers are actually the most important floor, believe it or not, because it's where you establish your foundation. Most importantly, it's where you identify your strength potions and your upgrade scrolls. It may be tricky for new players when everything is unidentified, but once you know the rules, it's actually quite easy. So let's get into these rules. On floor 1 and 2, one strength potion is available, but you'll never find two on one floor. So if you find two of the same potion, you know it's not a strength potion. So you can use these rules to help identify your strength potions. And then on floors 3 and 4, you're going to find one more strength potion. So at the end of floor 2, you'll have one strength potion in your inventory, assuming you explored everything. The other foundational rule that presents itself that is important to learn in the sewers is that if you come across a trap room or a puzzle room, kind of like this, the corresponding answer is available on the floor. What I mean by that is the answer is always in the form of a potion. For example, this one is going to be a haste potion. So if there is a puzzle that requires a haste potion, you will find a haste potion somewhere on the ground. And since I've explored the whole floor, I picked up two potions. We know one of these is going to be haste. There's also a chance one of them may be potion of strength, and it could be random also. So since we were lucky enough to find the stone of intuition, let's use it now. Let's use it on this one, and we'll guess that it's haste. We were correct. Fantastic. So we'll drink it and we'll get this treasure chest. Before I move on to the next floor, I'd like to zoom out and have a look around and make sure I didn't miss any doors. While we're here at the Sad Ghost, let's talk about the Sad Ghost rules. The Sad Ghost can appear on floor 2, 3, or 4, and the enemy you have to fight corresponds with the floor. So for example, here we are on floor 2, that means we're fighting the fetid rat. If we were to find a Sad Ghost on floor 3, we would fight the Null Trickster, and if we find the Sad Ghost on floor 4, we fight the Giant Crab. Speaking of, here's the fetid rat right now. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to fight it, but I will tell you to use your examine here and read the text. It gives you good clues how to figure out how to fight it. If you'd like a more in-depth walkthrough, feel free to watch any of my playthrough videos where I talk in-depth about every little move I do, especially the Over-Explained series. So now we've reached the end of floor 2. I zoom out a little bit and make sure I've explored everything. It looks like it. I don't see any doors I haven't opened or shadows. In this room here with the alchemy pot, we found a beast trait potion, and in my experience, there often is the potion of strength hidden in here in these alchemy stations. So I'm going to try this one first, but actually let's use our intuition stone. Since we got it right, we can use it twice, and let's guess if this is strength. It was incorrect, so you're not strength. So we know one of these two is going to be strength. This one came out of a treasure chest, so I'll guess that maybe this one's strength. One thing I like to do though is there's a good chance it could be liquid flame, so I'll stand in some water to be safe. So if it is liquid flame, the fire will go out, and that one was indeed strength. So we go up to here, we can see that we now have strength identified. Beautiful. The next important rule to know is upgrade scrolls. Upgrade scrolls are just as important as your potion of strength. The rule for upgrade scrolls is you get 3 per region. That means in the sewers I'll get 3, in the prisons I'll get 3, in the caves I'll get 3, etc. And similar to the potions of strength, you can only get 1 per floor. So if you get 2 scrolls on one floor, you know immediately that that scroll is not upgrade. And since we just finished floor 2, and we know we have to get 3 scrolls of upgrade, that means there's going to be 1 on floor 2, 3, and 4. So one of these has to be upgrade. For the warrior, you can always put the upgrade scroll on your seal here, so it's safe to use it. Other classes, I like to save until I have a weapon or armor I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and read these. And this one is remove curse. Let's use it on the armor just to be safe. Nothing happens. There we go, that one was upgrade, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on this armor. Because now look, it's attached to my seal. Alrighty, before we go down to the next floor, let's take a quick double check, make sure we explored everywhere. Let's just go around the perimeters here. Oh, there's a door, we missed a spot. Good thing we double checked. Let's go back. Let's talk a little bit about the enemies. Now I always recommend using the magnifying lens and examining them, and it always gives you a nice little tip. For here, for example, it says the rats are rather weak. On floor 1, you'll find the rats and the sewer snakes. And here on floor 2, we'll start to run into the gnolls, which are a little bit harder. You'll notice each floor often adds an extra enemy, which is a little bit harder than the rest. So here we go on floor 1 and 2, we'll also find the snakes, and if we examine the snakes, we mention that It tells you just look for the yellow. Strike it just after it moves into a door. You need to perform a surprise attack on them. So I always use the Examine here because these oversized serpents are capable of quickly slithering around below. It's a bit of a mouthful there. So for the snake, you always need to get a surprise attack on it, which the best way is to go through a door and then let it come up. There we go. Or else you'll sit there and miss over and over and over again, and it's pretty painful. Moving on to floor 3, we find out why I die more in the sewers than any other floor. It's because of sewer crabs. Sewer crabs move 2 spaces, have high armor, and high attack. Here are the swarm of flies. The swarm of flies are one of my favorite enemies because they drop health potions. The trick for the swarm of flies is to never let yourself get surrounded. And there we go, there's a health potion. So the warrior automatically identifies health potions, but if you're not playing the warrior and you see a fly drop a potion, you know it's health. So you can make a mental note to yourself that that is indeed the health potion. That's why the sewers are very important for identifying items. Here's another example of a puzzle room. If you encounter this room, you know you'll find a levitation potion somewhere on the floor. If you see this room, it's a drop down room. That means you want to drop down here and land in a locked room below. It's the only way to get into the room below it. Watch out for this sneaky trap. Look underneath that food. What is that? Oh, it's a sungrass. That's a healing plant. Never mind, that's no trap at all. Here we find a knoll. If we examine the knoll, it doesn't say much special about them. Basically, they're just strong rats. It looks like we're done with this floor. Take a little look around. And we have this room left. So if you don't have the potion already, the newest one you pick up, as in the most recent, will always be at the end going from left to right. So there's a good chance that this is the levitation or this is a levitation because I picked it up on this floor most recently. So I'll go ahead and try to drink the jade. Well, first let's look around. Here we have some water. In case it is indeed liquid flame, we'll be able to put ourselves out. So let's have a little drink here. And it was toxic gas. We'll just run away real quick. If you go diagonal, the gas doesn't spread as fast diagonal. So now we'll just have to pass a little time, let the gas dissipate. Let's go try that again. Let's try the golden one. And there we go. There's the levitation potion. We get our scroll of upgrade and we're on to floor 4. Floor 4 introduces the slime enemy. Oh look, we forgot to drop down. If you see this room with the crystal locked door and this little empty well over there with the skeleton, you know you forgot to drop down. So let's go back up and let's drop down. From here. Yes. So be careful when you land because you're bleeding and you're crippled. So that means moving once actually takes 2 turns. So you take 2 bleed ticks instead of just 1. So if you start moving around too fast, you're going to be in a world of hurt. So make sure you have some kind of way to heal. Here we go. We see the slimes. If we examine the slimes, we notice their elastic outer membrane is difficult to deal more than 6 damage. So no matter how strong you are, the most you can ever hit a slime for is 6. So we're about to finish floor 4. That's the last floor of the sewers before the boss. So what we want to do is double check. We used 1 upgrade scroll here and we have 2 more here. That means we found all 3 and our strength was 10 and now it is 12. That means we found both strength potions. So we are complete. We did everything we needed to. We found everything. So let's move on to the boss. Here's the boss. We can examine it. What do we learn? Not much, just history, but it does say if the goo is able to attack with its energy, you won't live for long, so you need to dodge its big blast. Things to know about the goo is goo heals when it's in water, so you don't want it to be in water, and it gives you a caustic ooze debuff, which you need to wash off in water, or else you take 1 damage every turn. And then we have the charge up attack, which is pretty easy without challenges on, because you have time to get out of the way. So here we go, it's charging up, and I wonder if examine it does anything. No, it doesn't tell us anything. Okay. Basically, you need to run away. So we step back once, it stops the charge because we broke line of sight. We got caustic ooze, but it went away because we're in water. Immediately was washed away. So here it's starting to charge up, so we'll step back. Notice it can still see us, so it charged up again, which expanded the radius. So we step back again, and we get out of the radius for the explosion, and it stops. So notice when the goo takes a step here, it's going to heal. Goo heals in water, so you want to be in water, but you don't want goo to be in water. So we'll fight it here. So the boss is charging up again, so we'll take a step back and another one, and there we go. Just take a step back and another one, and there we go. And there you go. With a little bit of armor and a little bit of dodging, you can get through. Also have 2 healing potions in case we needed one. So there's the sewers. Stay tuned for the prisons coming up soon. Rat punchers, punch on! Cheers. Rat punchers, punch on!